Okay, Ruben Amorim has done another one of them TV interviews. TNT, again, every single time they come into town, Ruben has to sit there in a room at Carrington and do the same bleeding interview constantly all the time. Only this time, obviously, the questions have been asked around Bruno Fernandes. With all of the news that has circulated this week that we've already covered here on Forever United TV, TNT have gone in with the question around building Manchester United around Bruno Fernandes. I'm going to tell you and talk you through what Ruben said in response to that and how we can look at it. A couple of different ways, to be honest. Chris Wheeler from the Daily Mail has come out with a ton of updates. A lot of what we already know, but some interesting stuff regarding Kobbie Mainoo as well. And again, another journalist now moving away from Liam Delap. We're going to talk about that and the other possibilities that we have all talked about might happen because we've not been convinced by Delap. And now the fact that he's come out and said that he wants European football and he's looking to make a move after what Ruben said regarding Gyökeres and not picking a player that's going to come to United for them reasons alone. I think we need to look into this and what's been said because it's getting more and more momentum now with United possibly looking at Champions League football where it's not just the obvious Delap and situations around him and him being the only option for United. There's loads. There's Mbumo. There's Javi Simmons. There's Abritzi Ezal as well. Everything that's come out from Wheeler. Cunha updates. Like I said, Mainoo, interesting stuff there as well. But we're starting with Bruno Fernandes and what's happening with him and the situation. No one really coming out. A bit from Ruben Amorim yesterday in the press conference, but then the TNT interview. Sometimes you get a little bit more with interviews after the press conference. Remember when Ruben was talking to Portuguese TV after the press conference it was over in Bilbao, wasn't it, regarding the Gyökeres situation and not speaking to him. We've talked about that a little bit as well, but this is a similar one after the press conference yesterday. TNT have done an interview with Ruben Amorim. And the question came up, are you looking to build your team and build your squad around Bruno Fernandes? Clearly, obviously, because of all of the rumours floating around all of social media and in the mainstream media about Bruno recently and that move to Al Hilal. Stupid amounts of money and everything involved in it. But the question was asked, Ruben Amorim responded in a way that I think is a little bit worrying, a bit concerning as to how we approached it. You could argue the point that it does look like he wants to keep him, and he does want to keep him, but let's look at it both ways. So Ruben Amorim says, yes, he is our captain, he is everything at this football club, and we want to do everything we can to try and keep Bruno Fernandes. He will stay. We want to do everything we can to keep Bruno Fernandes at Manchester United. Now, straight off that comment there, I'm thinking, I'm worrying that Manchester United are going to do something else. Like, what does he mean? Now, he could have just been answering that question. And I've listened to the interview and I know how he's responded to it. And in general, when you look at it, it may look different to what it sounds like. But the fact that he says we're going to do everything we can to keep Bruno Fernandes. The man's just signed a contract extension last summer, which was worth 350 grand a week wages. There isn't anything else you can do. There isn't anything else at all that you can do to keep Bruno Fernandes at Manchester United, surely. You're not going to give him another deal. By the time this contract ends, Bruno Fernandes is going to be 32, 33. And I think then you're looking at maybe a rolling contract, similar to what maybe Harry Maguire might get, or Casemiro could have got. But obviously you'd expect the players to be performing at a certain level. So in 2 or 3 years' time, if Bruno's still performing similar to what he is now, I don't know, maybe the club will think about it. But look, it's not dead in the water yet. His agent has come out and said that they're going to look at Bruno's demands and what he really wants and go to the table again. Bruno doesn't take me as the type of man that's going to take Manchester United to the cleaners and just mop up even more money off the back of interest from the Saudi Pro League. I don't see that happening. So I don't get what Ruben means by do everything they can. Maybe he means build a team around him to make him play better. That's everything that he can do to keep hold of Bruno Fernandes. I don't think financially it even comes into it. I don't think Bruno wants any more. I don't think United are willing to give him any more. I think the commitment was there in giving Bruno that massive contract, to making him the highest paid player at Manchester United currently alongside Casemiro. I think that really was commitment from Manchester United at the age he's going to be. by the time this contract finishes. So I think that's fair, and I think nobody really had too much of an issue, and Bruno is performing to the best he's ever has at Manchester United. So no issue at all, I don't think anyway. Is it concerning that Ruben said that he's going to do everything he can to keep Bruno Fernandes? Does that mean that he has actually got thoughts of moving away? I say again, I don't think so. I think Ruben's just answering that question honestly, and from what he's seen, I think Bruno is fully committed to Manchester United, and I think we are going to see Bruno going into next season. I'm convinced of it, in fact. The next thing when you look at as well is, and this is from Ruben's perspective as well, because Ruben knows his time is short. No one gets past 3 years at Manchester United as the manager. The proof is the last decade. So we have to go along with that. And obviously, if he's really successful, you may get a Klopp or a Pep Guardiola situation developing, and he stays for 5 years plus. But building a team around Bruno Fernandes, that I think for Ruben Amorim is real. It is, because he's looking at the next 2 years and Bruno's still here. And then for him and Manchester United, well, he's in charge. That's what he wants, and he can only speak for what he wants to do because he's in charge of that team. So Ruben Amorim talking about keeping Bruno Fernandes, building a team around Bruno Fernandes, I think for him as a manager and a coach at Manchester United, that works well. But what about the next manager? And that's the other concern. Is it a bit short-sighted to look to Bruno Fernandes as the building this team around him, and then he gets old and you need to do something different, whether it be when another coach comes in or whether Bruno has left United and we need to find another replacement? Or is it right? Because if Ruben Amorim is confident in himself and he's building a team around Bruno Fernandes and that style of player, then looking into the future, could you argue the point that Bruno Fernandes then just needs to be replaced, and the recruitment team in place at United within 2 years should have been able to find the perfect replacement for Bruno Fernandes and the way that this system works? So there's positives, there's negatives, and there's a few different ways you can look at it. Personally, I think Ruben trusts in himself, and he thinks with Bruno in the side, Manchester United are better. I agree with him. I completely do. But it's just a bit concerning that they're going to do everything they possibly can. And I'm only saying this, and I did just say a moment ago, I don't think it is going to be financially that they're looking to do everything they possibly can, i.e. contracts, pay rises, more bonuses. I don't think that's where they're going to go. Do you look at that as they're going to try and do everything to stop him going to the Saudi Pro League off the back of what his agent says, though? Again, it's split right down the middle, I think, and you can look at it whichever way you want. I think Ruben right now is looking at this and just saying, this is the here and now, this is what is going to happen under me, and I think that Manchester United, realistically, when you look at it, with Bruno Fernandes in the side, we are a better team. You only have to look at the quotes from Xavi Hernandez. Xavi, the famous, the world-class Xavi. I've seen this quote come out before, and this has come from Andy Mitten, with massive Spanish connections, who lives over in Barcelona. And that's where his family live, Andy Mitten. So he has done this. And Xavi Simons, when talking about Manchester United, when talking about players, he talks quite openly about Bruno Fernandes and his mentality and what he actually brings. One of the best players and one of the players that he loves to watch is Bruno Fernandes. He has got the quality to back it up. He's a super player, basically, is what he's saying. He also says, I know Manchester United has a difficult year, but I can see what Ruben is trying to do. He's at the start of his project, but I see one thing, that the players are fighting for him, and that is so important. They run for the team. And that right there, I think, is what Xavi said there, is exactly what I was talking about with Garnacho this morning on the live show. That, I think, is that these players are doing more. They just need to catch up with the mindset and what Ruben wants them to put out on the pitch, what he wants them to implement in his game and his style, and what he wants in his system. And that, I think, is all important. And I think Xavi's right about that. At least they are right behind him and trying for him anyway. So when you look at it, you just look at everything else everything else that's there right now for Manchester United and what's going on, I think is clear for people like Xavi from the outside, and everything that he is doing Ruben Amorim, that is. If you're a manager, if you've been in this situation before like Xavi has, then they can see it a bit differently. And I think that's what he's trying to get at there with that one. But yeah, in terms of Bruno Fernandes and the whole thing and whole situation around Bruno Fernandes, Ruben Amorim there, I think it's quite clear. I think he is looking to actually, just give himself the best chance of making something happen at Manchester United. And that only happens with Bruno Fernandes in the side. 100 million can get us 3 Brunos. Well, not really, because Bruno's one on his own. Maybe you could make up Bruno's numbers with 3 players. Is that what you mean, Ray, with that super chat? Thank you, mate, for that super chat, by the way. Bruno is the only player worth keeping. Everyone else can leave. Hopefully, Bruno told the owners, buy big or I'm leaving. That was from Anthony and David in the chat as well. Gray says, with what we may get for Bruno, we maybe won't get another Bruno, but a number of players to improve the whole team. He's one man. He is one man, and I get that, Gray. But again, when you're looking at Bruno Fernandes, when you're looking at what he actually brings to Manchester United, like what Xavi says, and the leadership qualities, the determination, the willingness to win, he just wants to win. He has got the right mentality. That's hard to find. And that's hard to find in the midst of the chaos and carnage which has been Manchester United over the last 5 years. And Bruno has stood up before everybody in that. And I think, and what we're looking at is, realistically, Bruno Fernandes, again, leading Manchester United out tonight on the pitch. Leading this team out in a game which he pretty much single-handedly, he's not dragged us. There was great performances from many Man United players, but again, Bruno stand out again against Bilbao in the first leg. By the way, Bruno Fernandes is a joint Golden Boot in the Europa League. He only needs one more to claim the Golden Boot. Obviously, there's a player, can't remember his name, at Bodo Glimt, who is level with him right now. But one more goal for Bruno, and the other player at Bodo Glimt doesn't score. Bruno is taking home the Golden Boot as well in this competition, which, again, just adds to the value that Bruno Fernandes is. When you've got players like Xavi coming out, Ruben Amorim, the manager, building a team around him, even at the age that he is, it shows the importance of this player. And I think you're not going to know how good Bruno Fernandes really is until he's gone. And that's my biggest concern. Bruno will lead this team out tonight against Bilbao. And he will, I think, be lifting that trophy in a couple of weeks' time. Big statement from Adam. Massive statement from Adam there. That Bruno is going to be lifting that trophy tonight. Honestly, when we look at this game tonight, when we look at the importance of Bilbao, and what they're going to bring, it's a case of not switching off. That's what it is. It's a case of not switching off Manchester United tonight. So we're looking ahead to the game. This is our sort of warm-up to everything that's coming later on as well. So get all your thoughts in on tonight's game now. So we're doing like a joint, bringing you that Ruben interview leading into the game about Bruno Fernandes, and where Ruben has said he's not going to allow his team to switch off in this game tonight. He's not going to allow Manchester United to think that this game is already won. Look, it's a no-brainer. It's simple. We just got to get out there, be professional, and get the job done. It's not difficult. It isn't. If you are professional, if you are at it, and you do the job, you do your job to the best of your ability, tonight should be a cakewalk for Manchester United. Only stupidity, only idiotic moments, and absolute blackout stupidness that we've seen all season from United, and that's the biggest fear. I was coming back from the gym this morning, and I heard the radio say, with 2 British teams in semi-final action tonight, one leading 3-1, one leading 3-0, who are you more concerned about? As in blowing this lead that we've got. Are you more concerned that Spurs are going to blow it? Or are you more concerned that United are going to blow it? That pretty much is a radio station with confidence saying that Manchester United and Spurs have been an absolute disaster class this season, and there is one big get out of jail card which is going to come tonight. And then maybe in a couple of weeks, one of them 2 teams, United or Spurs, picking up this trophy and getting back into the Champions League. Honestly, like this right now, I think if Spurs blow it tonight, Andrew's sacked on the spot. I think he's gone. If Ruben doesn't win tonight, there's less pressure. Obviously, we know he's going to be the manager going into the season, but it's a disaster for the football club. United are not going to lose. If there is any catastrophe tonight, it's happening in Norway. I've seen pictures of fireworks outside Spurs' hotel set off by the Bodo Glimt fans. It's classic European tactics from the fans, isn't it? Away. And it's going to be a hard game for Spurs tonight. United, simple. Go strong. Everything you've got, and just concentrate on making zero mistakes. And when I say strong, you put your best team out. If you want to play Ahmad, you play Ahmad. You get everybody in this team. My back three would be, personally, this is how I would set up for Manchester United tonight. I would go Casemiro and Bruno in front of Maguire, Yoro and Mazraoui. I would go Ahmad at right wing back, Dorgu at left wing back. I would go Mount, Garnacho and Rasmus up front. Blow them out of the water. Take that atmosphere, tifo, bannered, fireworks, pyros, driven Manchester United under the floodlights in Europe atmosphere, and just take the game by the scruff of the neck and just finish off Bilbao in the first half. And then roll on the substitutes. Let some youngsters get a bit of experience in a semi-final of a European trophy, which is unheard of, to be honest. Because we don't have to play again then. We're playing on Sunday against West Ham. I don't want to say this, but let's not even think about West Ham. I don't even want to go, to be honest, because you know what type of game it's going to be. There's nothing in it. Nothing for West Ham, nothing for Man United. We're just basically playing out games right now, and we just want to fast forward to the 21st of May. That's all we want to do, but fully concentrating on tonight. There's going to be no mistakes from United. Absolutely none. I don't think it's going to be one of them nights where everything goes tits up. I really don't. I just think Manchester United right now, we're in a great position and we're just going to take advantage of it. That's how I see the game going tonight. I really do. Ross with a super chat says, I'm interested to see how Bruno plays with a better court around him where he doesn't have to do absolutely everything. I'm excited for a full year of Ahmad. The names we are talking about and bringing in. Yeah, look, Chris Wheeler has been talking about all of the players that Manchester United are looking at. He's done a full update on everything. It's pretty much all of the news that we knew about. Everything that we've been talking about, all wrapped up into one little package, and talking about every single player that's coming into Manchester United, or apparently coming into Manchester United. That was Chris Wheeler's update. And yeah, I look at this and I look at it and go, again, it's another journalist who's actually moving away from the likes of Delap and talking about Gyökeres being a possibility, Osimhen being a possibility, and I think what Manchester United have got in front of us right now is because of the European exploits. No one expected United to get where we got in the Europa League. That's what we're dealing with right now. So a couple of months ago, a month and a half ago, when it was all about Delap, top target for United, this is where we're going, everybody was on board with that. And to be honest, when you're looking at it, the European exploits from United have driven this whole, hang on a minute, United actually could be in the Champions League. We're going to win tonight. We're going to go through into the final, and they've got Bodo Glimt or Spurs to play in the final. You'd expect United to be in Champions League football next season. On paper, you're saying we're already there. There's no way that Spurs beat us for a fourth time in a season. We've already beaten Bodo Glimt once already this season. We're 3-0 up with four of Athletic Bilbao's best players missing tonight, and we're at Old Trafford. We're unbeaten in Europe this season. United, when you look at it, should be in the Champions League next season, and we're going to lift the trophy this season. On paper, that is. And obviously, we all have the same fears deep down inside us where we're actually thinking, God, don't blow it. But honestly, I'm starting Ahmad tonight. I'm playing him ahead of Mazraoui on the right hand side. I'm playing him ahead of Dorgu playing on the right hand side. I just think get him in that team and let's just blow them out the water early doors and then rest the players. Give Ahmad half a game. Let him go out there and just settle the nerves and let everybody at Old Trafford enjoy the night. And then you get Chris Wheeler reports like that coming out about Gyökeres and Osimhen where he didn't before. That's simply because of what we're doing in the Europa League now. It's changed everybody's mind. That's what it's done. It's fully changed everyone's mind about Manchester United. That's it. Glenn says with a super chat, thank you, Glenn. Speaking of switching off, I've decided if we make the final and play Spurs, I'm going to switch my phone off and the TV off until the final whistle. Won't be able to watch. That will be one of them moments. Spurs and Man United fans in that final. Unbearable. And everybody in the Premier League will be watching in, absolutely. Well, they won't be. They won't want to watch it. Because, let's be honest, neither Spurs or Manchester United belong or deserve to be in the Champions League, do we? We don't. And what you take from that is that every other Premier League that has absolutely gone through this Premier League campaign, trying to get in that Champions League spot, and looking way, way down the table at the shocking performances of United and Spurs and where we are in the league, and going, how the hell have they got in the Champions League and we haven't? And we're all just going to be sat there laughing at them and just going, you thought we were dead. And we've just come back like the bleeding Undertaker. We've risen again and we're back again. And it's just going to piss so many people off. So many opposition fans. And that really, for the record books, lifting the trophy, being in the Champions League, that's the main thing. But my God, the fan bases around the Premier League and in England are going to be looking at this and going, how the actual F did Manchester United end up being back in the Champions League? And it goes the same for Spurs as well. It's exactly the same. Another super chat in from Harry Maldini, who says, boom, I just got my ticket for tonight. Is that you? Who is that now? Harry Maldini. Which one of my mods is that? That's got to be... So, actually, who is it? Someone tell me who that is. It's not Stu. It's not Gray. It's... who is it? Tell me. I'm trying to think who it might be. Actually... It's not Rodders, is it? No, it's not. They always change the name and I lose track of the names of them. But yeah, glad you got the ticket, buddy. Thanks for the super chat as well, mate. We have a poll running right now. Will Ruben Amorim start Ahmad tonight? 65% of you have said yes. It's Tom. It is Tom. I thought it was. I thought something like that. Where's Tom? I've been looking for Tom's name for weeks. And I'm like, where the bleeding hell is it? What's going on? Tom, make sure you come over and see us tonight, mate, please, at the game. Good on you, mate. Love that. Stop changing your name, though. It's confusing for me, and you know that's not difficult. Trust me. Honestly, I'm really looking forward to tonight. I cannot wait. Walking up to Old Trafford with anticipation and excitement, and that's what it was. That's what it was, and that's something that we haven't had at Old Trafford all season. And I'm just gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy myself tonight. I'll speak to people, and I'm fully confident. I really am. I've never been so confident. I just look at it this way, and where my confidence comes from for tonight is that Manchester United cannot F this up. It's virtually impossible for even Manchester United to balls this up tonight. And I know a lot of you will say, no, of course they can do it. I know, I get it, but I just don't see it. I really don't. I sit back, relax, enjoy myself, and just take in the atmosphere. New Tifo banner is going to be unveiled. Pyros, a massive atmosphere. It's going to be electric tonight at Old Trafford. It really is. I love nights like this. This is what it is. This is what I'll say. This is what we've deserved for the shit that we've watched all season. But this is what it's all about. Some of my favourite nights as a season ticket holder have been in European nights at Old Trafford, and I can't wait for tonight. I really can't. To add to that, Adam, I'll say if we win, it'll be here at the final whistle with those memberships. I promised gladly, says Glenn. Yeah, cheers for that, mate. Really appreciate that. I'm actually, do you know what? Tonight, I may even do a little bit of a behind the scenes members video tonight as well. Just walking up to Old Trafford, and I'll get that out for the members as well. A bit of what's going on and everything that's been happening. So yeah, look out for that if you are a member of Forever United TV as well. I know I've been a bit low. I've just had that much content and stuff and work to do with the normal content. I've not had a chance to put my membership content out yet. I do need to get on top of that, and I promise you I will. Andrew from South Africa, great show. I'm just worried about how we sometimes throw a lead away. Just nervous, mate. Look, I get it, mate. Andrew, you're dead right. There is a chance that United could blow it, but there's more chance. And the fact that the Williams brothers are not going, Sunset's not fit, Vivian's missing. They're 4 key players. Honestly, that's like taking Ahmad, Bruno, De Ligt, and Mazraoui out of our side. I'm thinking of important players here right now you could take out and will affect Manchester United drastically. If you take them players out of Manchester United, my God, where will we be? That's Atletico tonight for me. That's the equivalent of... You could argue the fact that, obviously, Sunset plays in attack. If you could take 3 attackers out. I mean, to be honest, I don't really rate Man United's attackers apart from Bruno and Ahmad. So, that is the equivalent, I think, of what they're looking at tonight. And I don't rate their chances at all. I really don't. I just don't think Manchester United are going to... I don't think they're going to cause United a threat. I really don't. Big night tonight for Bruno Fernandes. Like we said, after everything, one more goal takes him into the Golden Boot territory for the Europa League, which is massive. And I think he deserves it. I think he deserves to be picking up that Golden Boot, player of the tournament, and lifting the actual trophy himself. And like we said at the top of the show, we started the warm-up today with the interview that Ruben Amorim had. And his thoughts on Bruno Fernandes. Was it worrying or was it positive? Whichever way you look at it, Bruno is going to be at Manchester United next season unless something absolutely crazy happens this summer. I just don't think United will buckle. Even if it is 125 million for Bruno Fernandes, it's not happening. It's not happening, I don't think. But look, this is what's in front of Manchester United now. Players at our football club that other teams want to spend massive money on is something that we've not had to deal with for a while. So it's a bit of a foreign feeling, isn't it, for us as United fans? It's like I've never come across this before. I've never witnessed this before. Not in the recent era. Like, when has there ever been anybody at Manchester United worth more than bleeding 50 million that someone was willing to buy in a transfer window? Oh, we could have just made up for 3 transfer windows with one sale of Bruno Fernandes. That's how much El Hilal are looking to pay. The only concern I've got out of everything regarding the Bruno Fernandes situation is the fact that his agent has said that he's going to talk to Bruno Fernandes about what he wants and what his demands are. There's nothing to talk about. You either go or you don't, and you just signed a contract last season with well over 300 grand a week wages. There is nothing else to discuss. Bruno's done. He's contracted into United. United don't need to do anything to convince Bruno Fernandes to stay. That's the only concern I've got. Even if it is at that level, and I'm saying big if, because that's just a report that's come out about his agent saying that. So that's the only way I would look at Bruno Fernandes being any sort of issue for Manchester United going forward. Other than that, he's going to be there next season, and hopefully he's joined by Matheus Cunha as well. Chris Wheeler of the Daily Mail has just come out with a piece on him saying that he is pretty much all but done. No need to worry regarding it going a bit quiet this week. Everything has been done behind the scenes. If there was any news coming out on Cunha now, it would be bad news. So no news is good news. We know that the necessaries are being done. So that is going to be put to bed very, very, very soon. He also did talk about a contract, a piece in his article about Kobbie Mainoo as well, which I'll touch on. We'll probably talk about this more probably tomorrow, if anything. But more talks have taken place recently, and there seems to be a little more positivity around Kobbie Mainoo's situation and future at United. The contract issues has dragged on for some time now with no resolution. It just isn't just a financial matter. Mainoo wants to know where he fits into Ruben Amorim's system. This was a big problem that we were talking about. Likes of Garnacho the same. He has played a defensive midfield and a number 10 role with neither position a natural fit for the 20-year-old. 10 is. Watched him in the under-21s. He is a good 10, and he has played there a lot through his whole academy career. It's understood that he is looking for around 180 grand a week, which doesn't seem unreasonable given that one of the midfield partners, Casemiro, is on 375 grand a week. Yes, it does seem unreasonable, Chris. It really does, because Casemiro has won bleeding everything, and Kobbie Mainoo hasn't played a full season yet through injury. So no, it's not 180 grand a week wages. So that he won't be getting that. I can guarantee he won't be getting that. That will be ridiculous. And that's just United doing what they've done before. It's not happening. Not a chance in hell. And just to go on top of that as well, it seems likely at this stage that Bruno Fernandes will stay to be part of the rebuild around Ruben Amorim. And I'm sure that's off the back of what we opened the show with tonight regarding United's interviews and build-up to the game against Bilbao. Ruben Amorim, talking about building a team around Bruno Fernandes in his TNT interview. A deal that seemed to be well advanced seems to have gone quiet over the last week or so, but there's no need to worry just yet. As far as we know, United want Cunha, and he wants to play for United. The release clause of 62.5 million, so there is no issue over the fee. And Wolves accept the Brazilian will leave this summer. The players' camp are said to be relaxed over the situation, but there are bound to be questions while so many other clubs are still in the mix. Naming a few there, including Newcastle, Arsenal, Villa, Spurs and Liverpool. And yeah, that just covering over what we already know with Matheus Cunha. Basically, Chris Wheeler has just gone in and looked at every single bit of news and headline and rolled it all into his piece on his bit on the Daily Mail. Sorry, get my bleeding words out then. Angry Beaver has just dropped in 5 new memberships as well. Welcome to the Members Club, everybody. Dan Taylor, Mark Cole, Ryan, Peter, and C7M4C. I love them ones, them tongue twisters. Members Club, please put a big thank you in the live chat for Angry Beaver. Angry Beaver, if you did receive one of their memberships. And like I said before, I will be getting some more membership content out there as well. I promise you, it's something that I have been very slack with. I'll own up to that, but it will change. Just checking over all of the headlines and news as it comes in. Nothing new to really report on. We know about the injury situation going into this game tonight. We know what Manchester United need. We know who needs game time, and I personally, I'm going to go with a score prediction. I've not done one for a while, actually. So I'm going to go with a score prediction. And guys, get into the chat and tell me. Talk to me about what you think the score is going to be tonight. I'm going to go tonight. I think United will win. I think we will win 2-1, and that will be 5-1 in aggregate. I can see us just being a bit lackadaisical towards the end, and Bilbao maybe sneaking one in. But I think United win on the night, and we crush them overall in the tie. And it's Manchester United fans booking their seats and booking their flights back to Bilbao. I heard some interesting stories last night from Alfie's game at FC United around some Man United fans and what they're doing and what their plans are. A lot of fans are actually planning to just stay up and not even book a hotel. So arrive in Bilbao on the day and then leave early morning the next day and just walk around, soaking everything in. Like, honestly, even if they have to go back to the airport, they're not bothered. The hotels are that expensive. I'm hearing stories about Manchester United fans who have already booked their flights, by the way. They're fully convinced that United are into the final and are not even buying the hotels. They're just going for the crack, the full day, without even staying over, even though they are going to go through into a new day. That's proper supporters and European following support right there. And credit to them fans. Absolute brilliant effort from everyone who's got. And United are going to fill the streets in Bilbao. It is going to be, Man United en masse in the Bass, as they say. Well, they don't say, I've just made that up. But yes, United en masse in the Bass, and we're going to take over Bilbao. The Basque Country is ours for at least 2 days, I reckon. A sea of red, as it already is, because Bilbao playing red, but still. I think we feel comfortable. I think playing in this stadium, if it's Bodo Glimt or Spurs, we hold the advantage anyway, because we've already played there, won, got a good experience there. I know that doesn't count for much overall, but still, I think everything's just looking in United's favour, and the players that are coming back. And honestly, Ahmad being back, oh, it feels so good. So good. Stu's gone 1-1, either 2-1 United, 2-0 United. TKH 2-1, I reckon. 2-0 win, 2-0 win. Broderick and Venetia says that. The Dominic 2-0. London 3-1. Welsh 2-0. Gray 2-1. 4-1 United, says Tom. Legends. I'm buzzing. Look at him scores. Like, everybody's going in. United are not losing tonight. Don't get much confidence like that in many Man United streams over this season. I tell you what, I'm looking forward to the break. Honestly, I'm absolutely drained watching Man United this season. I don't know about anybody else, but it has absolutely taken every ounce of energy out of me watching Manchester United this season. And what have we got left now? So we got tonight, and then we've got 4 games with the final to go. It is literally after this weekend. It's 2 weeks, isn't it? So this weekend we play, it's the 11th, and it's 10 days to the final from then. Yeah, it is. It's 2 weeks this Sunday. The season's over. Whoa! 4 games in 2 weeks for Manchester United. 5 if you include tonight, really. But no, it's not, because it's 2 weeks on Sunday. Ignore me. Idiots talking right here. Let's get some comments in. Talk to me, people. Anything you want to say on tonight? What you're looking forward to? Off any of the news that we've just been talking about as well. Keepers win games. PSG could have been out against Arsenal. Inter could have been out. We must sell Onana. Every top winning team has a world-class keeper. It's much more important as wingers and midfield. You're not going to get any opposition on that comment from me. Oh, look at that. My camera's gone down. Sorry about that, everybody. I will be back in just a second, I think. Yep, it is very, very... Hang on a minute. I need to sort myself out here. Oh, I'm going very close. Oh, sorry about that, everyone. You got an unwanted close-up there. A bit of comedy to end the show, but yeah, I think my camera's telling me to pack it in. God, eh? All the excitement and everything in one live show, everybody. I think I will finish up the show there, everyone. And yeah, let's get to the game tonight. Oliver Billup, you will see me next outside of Old Trafford celebrating, amongst other Manchester United fans, the win against Bilbao tonight, and United on their way back to Bilbao, funnily enough, ready for the next instalment in this European, well, let's just say journey, because it has been one. And the unbeaten run, I think, is something that we cannot ignore. But that's it for now, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. I'll be back. Make sure you tune in after the game later on, everybody, for all of the post-match analysis and reaction from fans, myself, hopefully Kaz as well. Sorry about the close-up at the end of the show there, and everything that's everything that's gone wrong. I love live YouTube. It is the best in it. Everyone, see you later. Make sure you come and say hello if you're at the game, everyone. Hit the likes on this video if you love the content, and make sure you press that subscribe button.